Welcome to the Ville, Yankeeville. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's David. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new to the channel, hopefully after the video you like, comment, subscribe, and you turn on post notifications. But welcome to the first Yankeeville post-game show of the season. Today was a pretty good game with the Yankees and Marlins. Obviously the Yankees won. We're 6-1 now. The Yankees beat the Marlins 8-2. And let's kind of jump into kind of the key highlights of the game. So let's kind of get into it. Now, when it comes to the game, some of the top performers were Judge. He went 2 for 3. He hit a home run. He had 3 RBIs. Ben Rice, he went 2 for 5. He had a home run, also 3 RBIs. And then Jazz Chisholm, he went 1 for 3, and he stole 2 bases. So those 3 guys are really like the key drivers of the game. I think just Aaron Judge, he's been in a weird spot right now. He's not hitting for like anything else besides home runs. He's still hitting under 200, but he has 3 home runs. So hopefully we see, Judge kind of break out of that slump, but it was good to see him hit a tank to left field. And then as far as Ben Rice, obviously Ben Rice has been very hot. I would say he's probably our hottest hitter outside of Stanton. He hit that tank to right field. Obviously the pitch before was a foul ball that went very far, and pitcher threw something very similar and he was able to hit it out. And then Jazz Chisholm, he's been getting on base and he really wants to get them 50 stolen bases. He needs to get the 50 home runs, but Jazz has been getting on base. He's been very aggressive, and that's really good to see. Now also, when it comes to willwarren obviously had a decent rookie season last year. I think his ERA was like in the mid-4s, which is okay, a little higher than you kind of would want to, but overall he had a decent rookie season. But willwarren today, he threw 6 innings, he gave it 4 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, and then he gave it the 2 home runs. Basically, the only real damage that they did to him was the solo shots. willwarren, obviously last year, where he does get in trouble is when he starts to give up those home runs, and then when he starts to give up those back-to-back hits, and he obviously is a victim of those very big innings. That's why his ERA is a little inflated from last year. His ERA really should have been somewhere in the 3s, but he did have some of those games where he would give up 5, 6, 7 runs, because he would have an inning where he gives up 3 or 4 runs because he can't rebound from some of the damage. But it was good to see today when he did give up something. It was just a solo shot, and for the most part he was pretty much cruising. I want to say at one point he retired like 11 or 12 straight. So definitely willwarren had a pretty solid start. 6 innings and 2 runs, to take that every single day of the week. Now the next thing is that the Yankees, they capitalized a lot on Eury Perez and his command issues. Eury Perez was all over the strike zone. He walked 6 guys. If you walk 6 guys, you're never going to have a really good game. As far as with the Yankees, obviously we had the bases loaded a few times with him, and he hit Judge at one point. He was just throwing the ball all around. So when the Yankees have those pitchers that can't find the strike zone for that day, you got to be patient and you got to capitalize on the pitches that you do see in the zone. So it was a really good job from the Yankees. They really put the pressure on Perez, and Perez definitely had a rough outing. But overall, let's kind of go into kind of some of the main points of the game. Obviously, to begin the game, willwarren, he gave that solo shot to Xavier Edwards. It was kind of like, oh, okay, what kind of start are we going to get from willwarren today? Because he gave that solo shot. willwarren is very prone to give up home runs, but after that, he kind of cruised. So that made the game 1-0, and then shortly after, in the bottom of the first, Judge hit the 2-run shot to left field, and that was a really good swing from Judge. Obviously, we want to see more swings out of him, for singles and doubles, but we'll definitely take the home runs on the in-betweens. And then bottom of the second, Grisham walked, Chisholm scored, McMahon to second, Caballero to third. That made it 3-1. And then also with the bases loaded, Judge got hit by the pitch, and that drove in another run. And then the bottom of the fifth, actually the top of the fifth, Warren gave up another solo shot to one of the rookies on the Marlins. I think his last name is Casey. He's an outfielder. He gave up a solo shot to him, so that made it 4-2. And then when it comes to the bottom of the sixth, Wells scored on a wild pitch. That made it 5-2. And then the 7th inning, Ben Rice was able to score. Obviously, he hit that pretty good home run to right field. the pitch before was the foul ball that he hit very far to right field. So Ben Rice was able to really drive in a few runs this game, and he overall had a really good game. And then to end the bottom of the 8th, Rice, he hit another double off right field wall. He barely missed another home run. It hit right off the top of the lip, and it got a weird bounce, and it scored 2. So overall, the Yankees had a pretty good hitting game. 8 runs is something really good to have. Obviously, the Yankees, their bats have been a little cold to begin the season, but obviously the pitching has been holding it down. But overall, really good game from the Yankees. Didn't give up a lot of hits, didn't give up a lot of base runners overall. You know, Will Warren only gave up 4 hits, only gave up 2 home runs. Granted, they were solos, but overall, really good game for the Yanks. Now, when it comes to Judge, can he make this a hot streak? Obviously, he has 3 home runs and not much after that, but is this something that, you know, Judge is really going to start to get hot? Obviously, he had another hit as well because he went 2 for 3. So hopefully Judge kind of starts to put it together with the timing, and we start to see more Judge get towards that, you know, mid-season form. But overall, Judge has been kind of struggling, but we're definitely going to see. And then, like I said before, the Yankees, they were really aggressive on the base pass. I mean, Jazz, he stole 2 bases. Caballero stole 1. You saw Austin Wells trying to run a little bit. But overall, the guys are really putting pressure on the base pass, and they're not just doing it with their bat. If they get a single or they get a walk, these guys are really looking to get into scoring position, and that's what the best teams do. You can't just rely on the home run ball. You can't just rely on doubles, triples, whatever. You have to put yourself in the best position. So if you steal second and then, you know, somehow you make it to third, sack fly, and then now you got to run. That's something that you got to manufacture so you get the most runs on the board. And then, like I said, just overall with the Marlins, I mean, granted, the Marlins, they're 5-1 this year, so I mean, they beat up on some pretty bad teams with the Rockies, and but you know, the Marlins, they look decent out there. I mean, they made some bonehead issues and the bonehead plays, but that's kind of how the Marlins play. So I mean, the Yankees can only play whoever, you know, is put in front of them. So when it comes to the rest of the series, we have Meyer going against Ryan Weathers tomorrow. I'm actually going to be at that game, so that should be a pretty good game. I'm excited to see Ryan Weathers in person. That's definitely going to be a good game for the lefty. Hopefully he makes it deep into the game and we kind of see what his stuff is looking like for tomorrow. And then we're going to have Max Fried versus Paddock on Sunday, so another righty. No lefties in the series, so you're probably not going to see a Paul Goldschmidt or Rosario. You're not going to see any of those platoon guys because it's a bunch of righties this series. But overall, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good series. Obviously, we're going to have Max Fried close it out, and hopefully the Yankees can close it out with a sweep. Now, overall, what you guys think of the game? You know, what kind of stuck out to you? I mean, what do you think Aaron Judge is going to do as far as moving forward? Do you think he's going to really get into a hot streak? Obviously, Ben Rice has been hot. Stanton didn't really do too much this game, but to be honest, Stanton is going to go through some of those stretches. I mean, he can't hit 500 forever. But like I said, let me know what you think down below. Really going to try to do a lot more of these post-game shows to kind of break down some of the games right after they happen. And then tomorrow we're going to record a vlog at the game, so you kind of see Yankee Stadium if, you know, you don't live in New York, haven't been to the stadium in a while, and kind of see what the atmosphere is looking like for tomorrow. But thank you for checking out the video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the game today, and hopefully we get a bunch of W's this weekend. But welcome to the Ville, Yankeeville.